Hello, English 102 online students. Welcome to week 8 of our course. So we have made it over the hump. We're going past the middle of the semester, and now we're going to jump into our second half. So let's go ahead and take a look at our list of assignments, our course calendar, just to kind of recap where we've been and where we're heading in the next few weeks. So we just wrapped up week 7. And that's where you finished Module 4. So you did the Academic Research Skills web quest. So hopefully you've collected lots of good resources on your research topics. You got familiar with all the different resources you can use from our library, like databases, the online book catalog. You know, hopefully by now, that you can also request materials from other libraries if we don't have them here at Lander. So lots of different information. You also learned how to do searches with Google Scholar and how to link that up with Lander's library as well. So you have lots of different options. And just because you've collected resources up to this point doesn't mean you can't still keep doing that. You can keep on looking for sources on your topic, on the research topic you chose, all the way up until the final project at the end of the semester in like the 15th or 16th week when you submit that. So don't feel like your research has to end here. You can always drop resources, add new resources. You'll be working on an annotated bibliography coming up a little bit later on. That's in week 12. And so some of the resources that you have collected now for your research notes assignment, which was assignment 4.4, you can recycle those sources because you'll be engaging with them in a little bit more in-depth way as you prepare for the final research paper. So what you've done now is kind of laying the foundation for what you're going to do later. Every assignment in English 102 builds upon the previous ones. Moving into next week. So you've got all your sources, you've thought about how to use them, you asked questions, you thought about which sources can answer which of your research questions. That was the goal of assignment 4.4, the research notes assignment. And now that you've got all those sources, now that you're going to be using them in actual writing assignments, like the next essay coming up, the critical response essay, that's where you're going to be doing a critical analysis, critical response to one of your research sources. You'll have the annotated bibliography and you'll have the final research project. And in all those assignments, you're going to need to document your sources. You'll need to cite them using either MLA style or APA style. And once again, you can choose which style you prefer to use. If you are really comfortable with MLA, maybe you did it throughout high school and you feel like you've got that one nailed, feel free to stick with that. If you know that you're going to be using APA style later on, maybe as a nursing major and education major, those two majors for sure use lots of APA. Even business may use some APA. Psychology is definitely going to use APA. So depending on your major, you might want to get your feet wet with APA in this course, and don't be afraid of trying it out. If you want to try that, get feedback on it, improve your use of APA, I can definitely help you with that. So you choose whatever works best for you. You have the option, basically. I will also show you in our My Classroom area, I'll scroll down here a little bit to course modules. And in course documents, I want you to remember that you have lots of resources here. You have a template for MLA style documents that you can use to set those up. You also have a template for APA style documents. So don't rely on what you see online, because sometimes you're going to get papers or essays that are formatted in an older edition of APA. It might be 6th edition. And there have been some changes from 6th to 7th edition in the last couple of years. So you definitely want to make sure you're using the most current one. And the 7th edition template is the one that's going to give you that format. So make sure if you are deciding to go with APA or MLA that you use one of these templates and that you use the most current edition, either 8th edition for MLA or 7th for APA. So going into this week, what you're going to be doing is working extensively with the style of your choice. So the assignments are 5.1 through 5.3a. As it tells you here, 5.3a appears in Module 5 after you submit your work for 5.3. I'll show you how that works. So let's go ahead and jump into Module 5. I'm going to backtrack here and scroll down to Module 5. So it's all about documenting sources. And in this module, you'll see our due dates there. And it is Sunday, October 17th, right before fall break. So the nice thing is you're finished with all of this and then you get some time to yourself, right, for fall break. Okay, so in this folder, you are going to see that there are a series of MLA activities, 5.1 through 5.3a, and APA activities, 5.1 through 5.3a. You do not need to do both. You only need to do the set that applies to the choice that you want. If you are planning to do the next assignments using MLA style, only do MLA 5.1 through 5.3a. If you're planning on doing APA style, do just 5.1 through 5.3a for that set of activities. You do not need to do 6 of them in this folder, or 8 of them. You only need to do 4 activities, and it's according to the style of your choice. Okay, so just to go through what you need to do for each one. So you will see for 5.1, it's an MLA introduction and interactive quiz. So you'll watch a short video on MLA style and academic writing. You'll go to an interactive MLA exercise and quiz after that. And after you get at least 80% on the quiz at the end of that exercise, just take a screenshot of your results and then upload it to the 5.1 link. So as long as you have 80% on that quiz, you get 100% on your assignment in this class. In 5.2, this is all about MLA in-text citations. So again, you have a video that gives you some of the basic format for MLA in-text citations. So these are the citations you would use to cite a piece of material within the body of your essay. You'll take a quiz on that, and when you get to that results screen, take a screenshot and upload it at the assignment link above. And since that quiz is available outside of Blackboard, you can retake it as many times as you want until you're satisfied with the score. But it should be about at that 80% threshold. All right, then you have an MLA Scavenger Hunt. So by this point, you will have become an MLA expert. So what you'll do is download the first attached document, Bibliography Scavenger Hunt, and that's going to walk you through putting together a sample MLA works cited page. Okay, so I'll quickly open this up and just show you basically what it looks like. Okay, so what it's doing is kind of sending you to different places to find different sources. So for example, on the main library webpage, it gives you the link there. You'll go to Bearcat Search, the library catalog, and you'll search for the term online learning, and it's going to direct you to which source you should find there. I have you do Google searches for newspaper articles. I have you go back to the library and go to the English 102 subject guide. You should have learned about that in assignment 4.3, the academic search web quest. I have you look at different databases, also different magazines online. I also have you, let's scroll down just a little bit more, have you look at ebooks, TED Talks, also documentary films on YouTube. So I have you look for all different kind of sources, and what this is meant to do is kind of be like a simulation of what you would do for your own research project. You're going to be collecting sources from different places, and you're going to put them all together in a works cited page. Okay, so the next attached document you see there gives you some examples that you can follow to create citations from this scavenger hunt. So if we open this one up, hey, you're going to see that there are different types of citations, and I've labeled all of them for you. So you have an academic journal article, you have something from Global Issues and Context, that's one of Lander's databases. You've got a newspaper article, magazine article, a magazine article from a database, a print book, a blog post, a documentary film, a TED Talk, and an ebook from a database. So you can use these as your examples to create citations in the scavenger hunt document, the first attached document. And your final works cited page, your simulated works cited page, should look just like this. It should have works cited across the top. It should have the citations in alphabetical order. It should have hanging indents. Okay, and I believe on the first document there, the scavenger hunt, I even gave you a link about how to create hanging indents, a YouTube video. There's also a video about how to copy and paste citations from databases. So the goal of this entire thing is to create a simulated works cited list, as if you were doing this for your very own paper, so that when you get to doing your annotated bibliography and the final research project, you're going to be a pro at this. You will already know how to do that. Okay, as I tell you here, important in yellow bold letters, don't forget to complete assignment 5.3a. You won't see it at first. When you get into the module folder, you're just going to see 5.1, 0.2, and 0.3. But once you submit your completed works cited list at 5.3, 5.3a is going to show up to you. And at that point is when you'll complete that assignment, because I want you to create your works cited list and submit it to me first before you go and evaluate yourself. I want you to have a good piece of material, a good works cited list in front of you to look at so you can evaluate yourself. And so what you're going to be doing in assignment 5.3 is, once you've created that sample works cited list, you'll open up this correct attached list of MLA citations and compare it to yours. So how were you successful? Where do you need to improve? You'll consider the following, like, are your citations in alphabetical order? Did you put works cited at the top of your document? Is it centered? You didn't bold it or use a different font other than Times New Roman? Unnecessary words, format rules, did you follow all of those? And once you've evaluated yourself, I'll just ask you to submit a short paragraph of 3 to 5 sentences or a bullet list of 3 to 5 points with your strengths and areas for improvement in creating MLA citations. All right, you're going to be doing pretty much the same procedure if you choose the APA activities. So 5.1 for APA is also an introduction and interactive quiz. You'll also take that quiz and submit it with at least 80% correct. In assignment 5.2, this one is about APA in-text citations. So you have a video here. There's also a citation quiz where you'll upload a screenshot of your results. For the scavenger hunt, it's the same format as MLA Scavenger Hunt, except you're going to be following APA rules for this. So you have a scavenger hunt, you're looking for the same sources, but instead of formatting them in MLA style, you'll format them in APA style. And you have your scavenger hunt document here and the models that you'll follow here. And again, 5.3a won't appear until you have submitted something for 5.3, and you'll do exactly the same thing. You'll evaluate yourself in a bullet list of 3 to 5 sentences or a short paragraph of 3 to 5 sentences. The goal is just that you look back at your work and you compare what you did to the correct list and see what you might need to do differently or what you can keep on doing as you go forward. Okay, so it might seem like a lot of different tasks to do, but I think it's really going to turn you into either an MLA or an APA expert, and will give you the confidence as you go forward to be able to complete the rest of your assignments knowing what you need to do as far as in-text citations, works cited lists, references lists at the end of your future essays. So if you have any questions, any concerns, please let me know during this next week. Feel free to stop by my on-campus office hours. I will be glad to help you out in any way I can. So I wish you a great week, a great 8th week of the semester leading up to fall break, and soon enough we'll all have a little bit of time to rest and recharge. So I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.